Does your item bag look like this? Well, let me help you get some Pokeballs. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're gonna talk about the best methods to obtain Pokeballs in Pokemon Go. Pokeballs are the most essential thing you need to have in Pokemon Go because without them, you cannot catch anything. First, I'm gonna talk about every single method to get Pokeballs, and I'm gonna talk about my fastest methods to get them. Note that the fastest method requires you to be near Pokestops, of course, and a lot of Pokestops. So if you're not near Pokestops, then I will talk about a method for people more in rural areas who don't have a lot of Pokestops around them and cannot go out and spin stops all day. Timestamps below, as always, if you want to check out any certain section of the video or want to skip anything. Let's get into it. Okay, how to get Pokeballs. Method number one, most basic method, is going to be spinning Pokestops and gyms. You can spin one Pokestop every 5 minutes and you have a chance of getting, I'd say, 1 to 5 Pokeballs. I think like 1 to 2 Great Balls, and then you can get like 1 Ultra Ball. The higher the level, so the Ultra Ball are usually have a lower drop chance and you will get a lot less. Spinning a lot of Pokestops is a great way to get Pokeballs as you will slowly stock up on them, and it's a completely free action to do. However, I want to note, if you are spinning a gym, there is actually a higher chance and you will get more items if you have a gold badge on that gym. The more you gym, the higher your badge gets, and then once that badge is gold, when you spin that gym, you're gonna have a higher chance of dropping items. And then also, if that gym is your color, so if I'm on the yellow team, we'll get a couple more items, but not always Pokeballs. So if you do have to choose between an area where there's a lot of gyms that are your color and that are not your color, go with your color because you will be getting more items. Final thing I want to talk about spinning Pokestops is your daily spin streak. You need to make sure you spin one Pokestop every single day, no matter if it's the only thing you do in Pokemon Go. On the first spin of every day, and especially on the 7th day of that streak, you will get a huge amount of Pokeballs. I've gotten up to 40 just Pokeballs on that 7th day from one spin because I got that streak. So be sure, if you really want to get at Pokeballs and there's only one thing you can do in the game, and that's spin a Pokestop once a day, do that. In the end, stops are the best way to get Pokeballs, but for some of you, you do not have access to a lot of stops. So let's get on to the method number two. Method number two, and can be done by anyone, is of course gifts. Gifts are pretty much sent by your friends, and you can open up to 20 a day, and a gift can get you anywhere from like 1 to 3 Pokeballs, probably a bit more than that. I don't know the exact range, but it can get you Pokeballs, Great Balls, and Ultra Balls from opening them. Let me show you guys how to get a lot of friends so you can get some gifts. First of all, just come to the description of any of my videos, and you're gonna wanna look for the Global Raid Discord server. Click on that. It should automatically open Discord and bring you right to the welcome channel. This is the Pokemon Go Auto Discord. I don't own it, but it's a Discord I'm part of. You're gonna wanna come here and you're gonna read all these rules, and you're gonna click the little check mark button. Then here on the left, there's gonna be a channel called the Friend Codes channel. In here, there are literally millions of friend codes. Add these friends, and then also feel free to drop your code in here, and you will get a bunch of friends who will go ahead and send you gifts, and you can do the same to them. You can add up to 400 friends, so if you do end up adding 400 friends, there's no doubt in my mind that you won't be able to get 20 gifts a day that you can open and get Pokeballs. Gifts are a great way to get Pokeballs, so make sure you open your 20 a day. Moving on here to leveling up. Obviously not a very sustainable way to get Pokeballs, but when you do level up, you do get a couple Pokeballs. I'll leave a link below this website, but these are pretty much all the rewards you get for leveling up. So for example, you get 15 Pokeballs level 1, you know, at level 9, you get 15 more Pokeballs. The round numbers are usually giving you the biggest rewards. So for example here, level 10 gives you 20 Pokeballs, level 20 gives you 20 Ultra Balls, level 30 gives you 30 Ultra Balls. Obviously not great. Level 35 gives you 35 Ultra Balls, level 40 gives you 40 Ultra Balls. Obviously not great, but for you players in rural areas, leveling up fast, which you can check out a video up here on how to do that, can be essential because every ball will count. So make sure if you are close to leveling up and you need a couple extra Pokeballs for an event, go for that level up because you can go ahead and get a couple extra items. Moving on to field research tasks, special research tasks, and AR mapping tasks. Field research tasks are pretty much got when you spin a Pokestop, you will go ahead and get a research task. You can then go ahead and complete the task, and on the right, it'll tell you what reward you can get. These rewards range from encounters to berries to Pokeballs. Looking for research tasks that get you Pokeballs can be essential if you are trying to stock up. I've even seen some of the AR mapping tasks, which require you to pretty much scan a Pokestop in real life with your camera, can get you up to like 10 Pokeballs for completing it, and it only takes like a minute. I'm gonna insert a video right here on how to complete those tasks, so if you wanna know how to do those, check it out. If not, check the timestamps and you can skip it. When you spin a Pokestop, you will sometimes get an AR mapping task. This task will be surrounded in blue, and it'll have a picture of a Pokestop on it. Now the Pokestop where you got that AR mapping task, you're gonna wanna go as close as you can to it. You're gonna wanna look at the image on the AR mapping task, and you're gonna wanna match it to the actual thing in real real life. For example, if it's a sign of a park, you're gonna wanna find that park sign in real life. Once you found it and you're close enough, you're gonna wanna press scan, and then you're pretty much just gonna hold down the shutter button, walk all the way around the sign or whatever image you're scanning. You just need to do this for 15 seconds for it to count. Once you're done, you can let go of the shutter button and press upload now and just back out. It'll take a bit of seconds to upload, and sometimes you can click upload later if you don't wanna be uploading off your data. But once it's uploaded, you will have completed that task and you can collect the rewards. I just wanna mention not all phones will be able to do this, as this is a pretty labor intensive, not only on the phone, but also on your service provider. If these steps don't work, then it's probably because of your phone or your service provider is not supplying you with a fast enough internet. Pretty much look for those field research and AR mapping tasks that reward you Pokeballs, as any player in a rural area knows that every ball counts, so doing those research tasks can be essential. Also, the special research tasks, which you can find here by clicking on your icon, coming over to special. I've completed pretty much all of them, but in here, there can be certain tasks that you can do to reward Pokeballs. For example, the Mew quest, which was a paid quest, but it's just an example, on the last page giving you 151 Ultra Balls for completing it. So of course, make sure you complete all your special research tasks and even your timed research tasks, which are similar to special research tasks, except there is a time limit. As you can see, the Pokemon Snap Celebration only has 2 days, 8 hours left. These can reward you Pokeballs. Obviously, right now there are none in the rewards, but make sure you're always completing your timed and special research tasks, as there is a couple extra Pokeballs you can get from these. Next up, similar to the 7-day streak, are the Adventure Sync rewards. You can check your Adventure Sync rewards by clicking on your player. Coming over to me, you're gonna wanna scroll down to Adventure Sync. It'll show you how much you've walked that week and then the rewards. You have rewards for 5 kilometers, 25, and 50 kilometers. At 9 a.m. local time on Monday, that's when your Adventure Sync rewards come in. You will get 20 Pokeballs if you walked 5 kilometers that last week. If you walk 25 kilometers, you'll get the 20 Pokeballs plus 10 Great Balls and 500 Stardust, and there's a chance at 3 rare candy or a 5-kilometer egg. If you walked 50 kilometers, you'll get the guaranteed other rewards, so the 20 Pokeballs and the 10 Great Balls and the other rewards, plus 1,000 Stardust, and then a chance at 5 rare candies, 5 silver pineapple berries, a 5-kilometer or a 10-kilometer egg. And I believe you actually also get Ultra Balls. This might be an outdated chart. And then finally, 100,000 kilometers, you just get a bunch of extra Stardust plus all the other rewards. Pretty much those Adventure Sync rewards can be essential at getting you a couple extra Pokeballs every week, and it's similar to that 7-day streak. So on the 7th day of spinning a Pokestop, you'll get a bunch of rewards, and then also at 9 a.m. on Monday, if you walked over 50 kilometers or even just 25 kilometers, you will get a bunch of Great Balls, Ultra Balls, and Pokeballs to add to your bag. Moving on to the daily free boxes / event boxes. The daily free box usually doesn't really get you much, but you can get like 1 Pokeball and like 2 Great Balls. You guys have probably claimed it. It's a free box you can get every single day. Make sure you claim it. You know, it's 3 Pokeballs for free, but the event boxes are the ones I really want to point out. Make sure you keep an eye out on my videos and then also on the Niantic blog post if they announce they're going to be giving any free Pokeball bundles away. Usually before Community Day, they'll give a free bundle with like 30 to 50 Ultra Balls for free. So always keep an eye on before events, and even if you're not going to play the event, just log in to see if there's a free box in the shop. You can claim for either 1 coin or completely free, as these can get you a lot of items. Finally, we have the buying them in the shop. That's the last method for people. Currently, as I'm recording this video, prices for Pokeballs are 100 for 20, 460 for 100 Pokeballs, and then 800 coins for 200 Ultra Balls. Also, there's a special box here, which is 480 coins for 50 Ultra Balls, 2 instances, a Battle Pass, and 2 Super Incubators. Guys, I don't recommend this method at all. I recommend going with the free methods, as you don't really want to be spending money on Pokeballs, the most basic item in the game, and it's much better off to be spending on raid passes or bag space or Pokemon storage space. So do not buy Pokeballs, but I just wanted to mention that is a method that you can get Pokeballs. Okay, so that's pretty much all the methods. If I missed any, please comment them below, but I think I covered all of them. Let's go through the best methods. First of all, I want to talk about the best method for if you live in a place where there's a lot of Pokestops and gyms and you can easily grind Pokeballs really quick. I want to show you guys how I grind Pokeballs the fastest way to get like I can get like 300 Pokeballs, just Pokeballs, not including the Great and the Ultra, in like 30 minutes, I would say, if I'm using this method. If you are in a rural area, I'm going to check the timestamps below. You can skip to the section where I talk about the best method for you rural players. So in a busy area, what I recommend doing is, if you have a car, of course, a car is better, but if all you can do is walk, that is fine. You're going to want to get yourself an auto catching device. It can pretty much auto throw Pokeballs at Pokemon, and it can auto spin Pokestops without you needing to touch the phone. I have 3 right here. I am making a review of all of them and the best ones, but for now, I use the Gotcha. The Gotcha is great. I have a review, which I'll link below, of the Gotcha explaining how to use it, but pretty much you can go ahead and connect this thing, and then if you walk or drive, it'll automatically spin stops. Going less than 40 kilometers an hour, which is normally the speed limit on most of these busier roads, will go ahead and spin Pokestops for you. So when you're driving to work, connect the Gotcha. When you're driving home from work, connect the Gotcha. Or let's say you're going to pick up groceries, connect the Gotcha. The Gotcha can go ahead and spin Pokestops. I'll leave some sample footage right here, and it'll go ahead and just start spinning all those Pokestops. You're gonna wanna make sure it's not catching Pokemon at the moment, because then it'll focus on catching the Pokemon. So you really wanna just make sure that you leave the Gotcha on spinning Pokestops, and it'll just do its job and slowly spin stops. I wanna clarify, I don't support playing Pokemon Go while driving driving, I connect my gacha and then close the phone, put it in your pocket, and the gacha will still spin Pokestops, but do not touch the screen and play Pokemon while driving. That is very unsafe. This is an insanely fast method. If it's the day before the event and I'm really low on Pokeballs and I need to stock up, I just go out, you know, maybe go grab some food or something like that from a store, or even just go drive around, spin some Pokestops with the gacha, or even just walk in a rural area. And it does add up really, really quickly. Remember, the key is to have it on spin only and do not catch any Pokemon. Only have it on the spin mode, as it'll focus on spinning and you won't be missing any of the Pokestops. You can just put your phone in your pocket, let it do its job, and you'll be completely fine and stocked up for the next day. Now, some of you probably don't have access to either a car or even just an area with a lot of Pokestops. So let's go through a rule method in which you can get a lot of Pokeballs. The rule method is all about gifts. Like we mentioned before, you're going to add a bunch of friends, and then you're going to come in here, you're going to sort by gifts, and you can see all the gifts you've gotten. Remember, you can only open 20 of these a day, so you're going to make sure you're opening them. Quick tip here is you can search interactable. I'll show you all the friends you haven't interacted with. You want to make sure you're opening this gifts, as you will be getting an extra day towards your friendship. Let's go ahead and here, we're going to look at how many Pokeballs, Ultra Balls, and Great Balls we have. Around 100 Pokeballs, 79 Great Balls, 60 Ultra Balls. Now let me go ahead and open my 20 gifts for the day. There you go, we've gone ahead and opened all our gifts. So we've gone from 92 Pokeballs to 147 Pokeballs, 79 Great Balls to 99 Great Balls, and 62 Ultra Balls, 68 Ultra Balls. Doing the math here, that's around 83 balls in total. Obviously, this is not always accurate, as you will get more or a bit less. We're gonna times that by 7, and that's gonna be the amount of Pokeballs we will get from gifts in a week, 581. So obviously, you guys will have to make sacrifices, but 581 Pokeballs in 1 week of just opening gifts is not bad. Let's say we have Go Fest or a community day coming up. Sacrifice the week, try not to catch as many things. Of course, you can catch to get your daily catch, and maybe if you see something rare, try to not catch too much. That means you can get 581 Pokeballs a week from just opening gifts. 7 days before community day, you can slowly stock up and get ready for that community day. You'll then have 581 balls to use. This does include your 7-day ball streak and your adventure sync rewards, which will probably add around, I would say, 200 Pokeballs to that total, leaving you with 781 Pokeballs in a week from just being in a rural area. Obviously, it doesn't seem like a lot, but in a rural area, that is not a bad amount. Don't forget, for community day, we also have that 50 free Ultra Balls, leaving you at around 800 Pokeballs for the community day if you prep a week in advance and you don't really use that many Pokeballs. Guys, of course, this is an all example, and putting it in practice is kind of tough because you always want to be using Pokeballs and catching things. But if you want to get Pokeballs fast and you're in a rural area, not a lot of Pokestops, for example, like me, for example, near my house, there's really nothing near us. There's a couple stops which I can go spin to get my streak, but no way to really grind. Just go ahead, open your gifts, sacrifice catching anything. Guys, I barely catch anything when I'm at home and there's a big event coming up, as I am trying to slowly stock up on Pokeballs through gifts. Just remember, hit your spin streak every day and be sure to get your adventure sync rewards. So walk as much as you can in the week. Of course, I usually just aim for the 25 kilometers in the week, as it does get you the Pokeballs and the Great Balls, which are essential. Final thing I want to mention is the topic of Ultra Balls and Great Balls. A lot of YouTubers will tell you, hey, you need 500 Ultra Balls for this event. Now, to get to this amount of Pokeballs, it does take time, guys. The only times I've ever hit near 1,000 or near 800 Pokeballs is when you do the first method I talk about, spinning spots in a very rural area and very busy area, either in a car or walking. And then also don't use those Ultra Balls at all. If you really want to stock up on Ultra Balls for an event, key is to not use them at all. Mainly use the Pokeballs and the Great Balls, because over time it will slowly add up to the 1,000 or 500. But to get that amount of Pokeballs in a rural area is really unrealistic and almost impossible. You would probably need around like 6 months of opening gifts to get that amount of Ultra Balls in just gifts alone. So if you are in a rural area, I recommend probably focusing on the Pokeballs and then making sure that you're pairing that with raspberries for those community days where it's harder to catch Pokemon. Just want to clarify, I'm not hating on any of these YouTubers who do tell you to get that amount of Pokeballs. I completely agree. The more Ultra Balls and Great Balls you have going into these bigger events, the better time you will have, as you won't need to throw as many Pokeballs and you'll be catching all the Pokemon a lot easier. In the end, guys, really just do all the methods I talked about. The best way to get a lot of Pokeballs is to just do every single method, and it'll all add up into this mountain of glorious Pokeballs for you. That's pretty much the video, guys. If I missed any tips or any strategies, please comment them below, because I am not God and I can't remember everything. Other than that, though, I hope you guys learned something from this video. I know it's pretty basic and some of the stuff you probably already knew, but maybe you did learn something new. Let me know, guys. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys in the next video. Follow for more tips, baby. Peace.